If you're an indie musician or producer and you're looking for ways to monetize your music career and you already have a Facebook page, I'm going to be showing you 5 ways you can monetize your Facebook page that you probably didn't know. My name is Michael from GRNDX Agency, and we teach independent musicians, producers, and record label owners how to attract, grow, and monetize their music careers using paid marketing. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and do that by tapping the subscription button. If you haven't turned on the notification bells, make sure you do that as well. It's important because it allows you to be kept up to date every time we drop a video on our channel. We're going to start off with the Creator Studio. First, you need to go to www.facebook.com/Creator Studio, or as you can see by the link at the top, or just go to Google and type in Creator Studio Facebook and it will lead you here. You're going to have to sign into your Facebook account. So first I'm going to explain what the Creator Studio is. The Creator Studio is basically Facebook's platform that is created specifically for creators. So if you've been creating content on Facebook or Instagram, it allows you to manage your posts across Instagram and Facebook whilst also analyzing and tracking the data, so you know how your content is performing on each of the individual platforms. But a plus side to this as well is it allows you to monetize this content, which is what this video is all about. So a lot of independent musicians and producers have been creating content on Facebook and Instagram simultaneously without ever understanding that they could look at the analytics of the performance of their content to see what is doing best, to know how to replicate that content. But also in times like this, you want to know how you can make money from your music. And little did you know, by using the Creator Studio, it allows you to monetize this content across Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to be showing you in this video today 5 ways that you can use the Creator Studio to monetize your Facebook pages. So you're on the Creator Studio's homepage and you're going to head over to the top where it says tools. And as you can see here, it says earn money. What it is saying is basically the ways that you can monetize your content that you put on Facebook. The first is in-stream ads, then it has brand collabs, manager, then it has fan subscriptions, and the next one is paid online events, and one of the last ways you can monetize is creating articles. These are 5 ways at which you can monetize the content that you put out on your Facebook page using the Creator Studio. What we're now going to do is hop over to the actual Creator Studio so you can familiarize yourself with the platform, and I can break down specifically ways at which you can monetize your content that you put on Facebook based on certain criteria that you have to meet. So what you should have done by now is selected try it out on the previous page, which is going to lead you to the Creator Studio's homepage, where you're going to be able to see your account data for your musician page or your producer page. Make sure at the top over here you've selected the right page. As you can see, we're on our agency's page. If you look over on the left hand side, you can see it has content library. If I select this, it basically gives us an overview of all of the content that we've published since we've created our Facebook page. And if we wanted to get a greater in-depth insight on the analytics to see what's performing well and what's not performing well and why, we can click over here to insights. But the main focus of this video right now is 5 ways you can monetize your Facebook page as an indie musician or producer. So what we're going to do is skip over these steps and go all the way to monetization. So as you can see at the top, it says monetization and overview, and the first thing we see here is the status no monetization breaches, which is basically saying, have you been adhering to the rules and regulations that Facebook has to make sure that you're enabled to monetize your content. And you can see over here it has instant articles, which is one of the things that I mentioned previously as ways you can monetize by creating articles. So if you read over here, it says instant articles. You have a new tool to set up, complete these tasks to start earning. So basically right now our pages are eligible to start creating instant articles and earning money from these articles. So if you've followed any sort of marketing before, you know that some people are bloggers and the way they make money through their blogging is through affiliate marketing. So I feel Facebook has created their own way that you can create content directly on Facebook and people read it, and you earn money based on the amount of people that read your blog or article that you've posted up on instant articles. So that's one of the major ways that you as an indie musician or producer could start earning money. If you're someone that's comfortable with writing and you love writing new content, you can quickly go over to your creator studio, check your monetization, see if you're eligible, and then start creating content. It has all of the instructions and guidelines that you need to follow and order to set up, and in order to make sure that you don't breach any of their monetization rules and you adhere to them. The next section here, you can see it goes your monetization tools. So if we scroll down, it's basically just showing the statistics of one of the monetization tools that we've set up, which is paid online events. So we're eligible for paid online events. We've set that up already. And this is different from other services such as your Eventbrite, where they take a massive cut of any of, the the money that you make from your events, or probably some of the ticket sales. When it comes to Facebook, what they're doing, at least for now, is making sure that you keep 100% profits of any of the events you set up through their platform. So one thing you could do, for example, is you can set up live performances as paid online events, and you can either set it up by yourself or have it in a way where you collect a group of artists that you want to work with and you set up an event together that will be publicized specifically on your page, and you agree a split, or if you want to do it by yourself and you retain 100% of the profits, you could do it that way. But this is a key way that you can start monetizing off your music career using Facebook's platform by paid online events. So far we've mentioned two ways. The first was instant articles. If you're someone that's heavy with writing and you enjoy writing, you could earn money for the content that you create that people read on Facebook. Secondly, if you would like to create paid online events and retain 100% of the profits, unlike all of the other platforms that allow you to publish your events on their platforms, Facebook allows you for now to keep 100% profits. So I advise you to check your monetization on Creator Studio and set that up. And then what we're going to do is move over to the other tools. So another way of monetizing your Facebook page is in-stream ads, similar to YouTube, where you place ads on your video and you earn a certain amount. As you can see here, it's giving you clear instructions. So it says in-stream ads are short ads you can include in your videos to earn money, and it goes the best for videos that are at least 3 minutes long. So it's giving you a requirement: your videos have to be a minimum of 3 minutes long, and your content has to be suitable for ads. So making sure that you take a deep dive into all of the policies that they have in place to make sure that you're applicable to the type of content that can be monetized on Facebook. And you can see here it's giving you eligibility criteria for in-stream ads. You have to have at least 10,000 followers, which we don't have on our agency's page yet. So you guys get to liking and following our page on Facebook. And then it also goes that you need to have at least 30,000 1-minute views on a 3-minute video in at least the last 60 days. So it's basically broken down the eligibility criteria for you to be able to monetize using in-stream ads. It's saying that you need at least 10,000 followers and you need to at least have 30,000 1-minute views on a 3-minute video. So it has to be a minimum of 3 minutes, and you need at least 1 minute, 30,000 views in the last 60 days. So if you meet all of those criteria there, you're going to be allowed to monetize your videos on Facebook that have to be a minimum of 3 minutes using in-stream ads. The next way you can monetize is fan subscriptions. So basically, if you have a page, you're able to turn that page into a fan subscription. This is something that will definitely be ideal for independent musicians and producers, because your communication with your audience is a creator to fan or support a relationship. So you should be creating a fan subscription model. And if I read the top here, it says create a subscription for your page and earn monthly income, choose a monthly price, offer exclusive benefits, and grow the community of people who subscribe to support you. So this is basically perfect for independent musicians and producers, for them to turn their page and add an extra side where you can have fan subscriptions and you can have exclusive ways of monetizing based on exclusive benefits and offers that you give to different groups in your fan subscriptions, which you can set up. And what it's saying here is what is best for this type of subscription. As you can see, it says it's best for creators and brands with a large active following, creators and brands with additional value to offer to supporters. So if you feel you're an indie musician or producer that's been in the game for a long time, you've built up, a healthy amount of supporters, and you feel like you want to spice up your offering to them, and you've got ideas of offering extra pieces of content, whether it's merchandise, whether it's one-to-one sessions, how exclusive accessories that you want to put into different groups based on the packages and bundles. The fan subscription would be best for you because you have a large audience that you can split into different offerings. What I'm going to do now is mention the eligibility criteria. It says it's similar to the in-stream ads where you have to have 10,000 followers, but it says, or if you don't have 10,000 followers, you need to have 250 returning viewers, and you have to have 50,000 post engagements or 180,000 minutes viewed. So it's saying if you want to be able to use the fan subscription, you need 10,000 followers, which is pretty good. So it means if you hit the criteria for in-stream ads of 10,000 followers and the 30,000 1-minute views on a 3-minute video, it means that you also become eligible for fan subscriptions. So you can add that on. So it's basically a 2-in-1 that you get. But here it's saying that there's 2 criteria that you need to meet. Either you have 10,000 followers and then you can activate your fan subscription, or you have 250 returning viewers and 50,000 post engagements, or you have 180,000 minutes viewed. If you hit any of these criterias, then you can turn on your fan subscriptions. So far we've mentioned instant articles that you can create if you're a writer in order to monetize your content that you put out there as blogs on Facebook. That's one. Then we've mentioned in-stream ads, which is another way you can monetize by placing specific ads in between your videos whilst people are watching them online on Facebook. And then thirdly, we've mentioned fan subscriptions, adding an additional exclusivity factor to your page where fans subscribe to your page and gain certain perks, and you can charge them for that. And we've covered all of the eligibility criteria that you need to review. Next, we're going to move over, and you can see here it says brand collab manager. So basically this is a way for the influencers and creators to collaborate with each other. There's massive brands out there that align with you as an indie musician or producer, the brand that you're building and the target audience that you presently have. And this is a way that you can find brands that you advocate for and you use their products or you like their services, and you can find if they have any sort of collaboration products that you could request to have access to, and you earn a certain amount based on their rates. So I'm going to read it quickly so you get a better insight. Earn money from paid partnerships with brands that want to collab on creating and sharing content with your audience. And then it has a criteria where it explains where it's best for. It says it's best for creators with an active loyal following that have original photos and video content, creators, page topics that most brands won't see as risky. So it's basically saying if you have a large following and you have an active audience that pretty much supports you and they die hard, it's advisable for you to look into brand collabs. And they're also saying if you have a brand that is friendly and isn't too controversial, and there's no reason for it to be banned or be risky for other brands to partnership with you, then this is the right option for you to monetize your Facebook page as an indie musician or producer. Brand collaborations is something you can do on Instagram as well. As you've seen, sometimes when people are using posts, they put ad or they put partnership. This is normally just them using other brands and getting paid a certain percentage for the amount of customers that they bring in through their audience. I'm going to quickly read the eligibility over here so you can get a better understanding of what it takes to become a brand collabs manager. As you can see over here, it says the eligibility is 1,000 followers and one of the following. So you need to have a minimum of 1,000 followers and either one of the following that I'm going to mention now: 15,000 post engagements or 180,000 minutes viewed, or 30,000 1-minute views of a 3-minute video in the last 60 days. So as you can see, if you've been keeping up to date with what I've been saying, a lot of the criteria falls into the same eligibility criterias when it comes to in-stream ads, fan subscriptions. So if you complete one of them, you become eligible for majority of the rest. Here it says 1,000 followers. You would have hit that if you've met the criteria of 10,000 for in-stream ads. And then it also says having 30,000 1-minute views of a 3-minute video in the last 60 days, which is something you also have to do for the in-stream ads. So this is pretty much good news, because it means that if you hit one of these criterias as one of your focuses, you end up having the rest at your disposal as well. So basically here, to become part of the brand collabs manager circle, you need to make sure you have a minimum of 1,000 followers, and you need to meet the rest of the criterias that are stated here: 15,000 post engagements, or 180,000 minutes viewed, or 30,000 1-minute views or 3-minute video views in the last 60 days, which will enable you to have access to all of the brands that are looking to partnership with you and pay you a certain percentage for being able to access your audience. So that's something that you should look out for. We're going to go into instant articles, which I mentioned before. The reason why we mentioned this first is because it's something that our agency is eligible for this, so we've already activated it. So we have some things that we need to finish off before we can fully start using it. But just to read over what it's best for. So they say article publishers with quality content active readership. So as I said, if you're an indie musician or producer that is comfortable with writing and you enjoy writing, this is something that you should look into. And then in regards to eligibility, it says pages that comply with our partnership monetization policy and are based in an eligible country. So if I scroll all the way to the top, you can see the first thing I mentioned was no monetization breaches. So this is something that you have to do that allows you to see if you're complying with Facebook's monetization rules and regulations. As you know, Facebook, Instagram, all of these platforms have rules that you need to comply with. So what I would advise you to do is also make sure that you go to the top, check your status, and click over here where it says partner monetization policies, and just read whether you're adhering to any of the rules and policies. And that should be one of the first monetization strategies that you become eligible to activate. So as you can see, I've mentioned the 5 monetization strategies that you can use as an indie musician or producer with a Facebook page. We've started with instant articles, then we moved on to in-stream ads, we moved on to fan subscriptions that you can add to your Facebook page, then we moved on to brand collabs by using the brand collabs manager, which is basically where brands are looking to partnership with you and they pay you a certain percent for advertising their brand. And then the last one was the instant articles, which we've mentioned already, that we've presently activated. So pretty much this is an overview of ways you can monetize your Facebook page that you presently have, and ways for you to set targets so that you can hit the eligibility criterias if you wasn't aware of this before. So what I advise you to do right now is look at the criterias and start making specific moves to hit these criterias so that you can start monetizing your Facebook page. So you're no longer just creating content to create content, you're creating content so you can hit these monetization criterias and start earning money for the content that you're creating. If you've got any questions in regards to the Creator Studio or how I got access to this page, or any questions in general, make sure you leave your comments down below on our YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed already to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. My name is Michael from GRNDXAGENCY, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode.